Hey, your Kansas City Royals capped off trade deadline Tuesday with a win over the Chicago White Sox, 4-3. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome to the Royals Recap. My name is Jacob Milham. I am one half of the Royals Rundown podcast. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Now, if you're here for trade deadline talk, sorry, I'm not going to touch on it too much. That is what Jeremy and I are going to be talking about tomorrow evening on the full-length podcast, so make sure you subscribe and follow the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on so you do not miss that analysis and that episode. Now, folks, this is another come-from-behind victory over the White Sox, and while winning is the only statistic that matters, I mean, hooey, it is. I just want another dominant win over the White Sox. I hope that's how they cap off the series tomorrow. Go for a dominant win in the afternoon and get on out of town. But a win is a win. That's all that matters. Let's go ahead and I want to talk about the pitching side of things to start off with, because Michael Wacha, man, it started out fairly rough for him. I was pretty worried. But hey, he buckled down, and honestly, he put together a very, very good start at the end of the day. 7 innings, only allowing 5 hits and 2 walks, with 2 earned runs and 5 strikeouts in that span. And one of those earned runs was a home run. Okay, like he picked up his 8th win on the season. It wasn't, I don't know, he did the veteran thing. He buckled down, he got through the rest of the start, and he didn't let the bottom of the first inning run get to him. He didn't let that solo shot in the bottom of the 4th get to him. He just took care of business. That is all that matters. And he kind of made it easy for the bullpen behind him. Hunter Harvey got a hold tonight. It was a little rocky there. He needed some of that strikeout stuff that we've heard so much about in the bottom of the 8th inning, but ultimately he allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, but struck out 2 and looked good. Okay, that was the strikeouts really helped. That is what this bullpen needs. But not to be outdone, Sam Long earns his first save as a Kansas City Royal, striking out 2, no hits, no earned runs, taking care of business, lowering that ERA to 2.35 on the season. The Long lovers out there are delightful tonight. So ultimately, the whole staff, really good stuff. Only 7 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 2 walks on the night with 9 strikeouts. When you look at the 3 pitchers that the Royals trotted out there, those aren't the premier guys. Those aren't the guys that you're expecting everything from every appearance. And they took care of business. So that is what matters. But this win tonight was just as much about the bats. You know, a 1-run game. You need every what's it called? You need every resource you can get, maybe is what I'm thinking of. And Michael Massey at the top of the order really got it done. He only had 3 ABs tonight, but he did have a 1 hit and a solo shot to right center field. Whew. Bobby Witt Jr., he had another hit tonight. His hitting streak continues. Vinny Pasquantino had that single that you heard earlier on in the episode for 2 RBI on the night. Salvador Perez unfortunately went hitless tonight, which was a little surprising. MJ Melendez also went hitless. Hunter Renfroe had a hit. Adam Frazier hitless. Michael Garcia drew a walk and scored a run on that Vinny Pasquantino RBI, so that walk proved crucial. And then Kyle Isbell was also hitless. We had a couple of pinch hitters come in. Freddie Fermin, he drew a walk, which was valuable. I think that Freddie keeps on garnering more and more fans, and I still think he deserves more playing time down the stretch, but we'll see what happens. And then Garrett Hampson also came in for an AB, but was hitless. All in all, the Royals got it done tonight by taking what the White Sox would give them. 5 walks as a team, Hunter Renfroe having 2 of those himself. And they drew more walks than they had hits. 5 walks, 4 hits. But they only struck out twice. Like, they were putting the ball in play a ton. The Chicago White Sox benefited from some great defensive plays behind starter Cannon. But it just wasn't enough. this White Sox bullpen. We've heard time and time again how porous, how unreliable they are, all while thinking like, oh, is the Royals bullpen like that? Yeah, no, this is seeing the pain on White Sox fans' faces, seeing it in action after 2 come from behind wins just by scoring in the top of the 8th inning. It's it's got to be frustrating to be a White Sox fan right now with a bullpen like that. Honestly, when the Royals had opportunities, they did take care of it for the most part. 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, only left 4 men on base. This wasn't they had base runners in bunches, okay? But when they did, the scoring came in bunches, it seems. So, like I said, Royals come away with the win tonight. It was a quick game, 2 hours and 18 minutes, thankfully, in guaranteed rate field. We will come back tomorrow afternoon for the series finale in this. If my count is correct, the Royals already have 12 wins over the White Sox this year, which is absolutely insane. This is one of those times I wish that we had the old scheduling set up to where the Royals would play the White Sox even more, but alas, here we are. Brady Singer will be taking the mound tomorrow. We'll see what he can do against the White Sox. Hopefully, this is a good start for him. He is just absolutely red hot on the mound over his past couple of starts. So let's keep that momentum going. Like I said, the trade deadline stuff, we'll talk about that more tomorrow evening with Jeremy Greco. So follow along with us on social media if you want to make sure that you don't miss that episode. I would be remiss if I didn't get out of here with one personal note. I appreciate everyone reaching out after my appearance on 610 Sports. It was a hope and a prayer, and ultimately it happened. It went in my favor, and I hope that I made a good impression on everyone hearing from me for the first time. But ultimately, I hope that you realize how many great Royals content creators are out there in the weeds. Okay, go give us a chance. Let us flex our baseball muscles, and you'll be surprised. We can get the job done. All right, that is going to do it for tonight's Royals recap. If you want all the post-game interviews, I know we have a post-game interview from Sam Long. Go check out my social media at Jacob Milham KC, or you can go check out the podcast Twitter at Royal Rundown Pod. From everyone here and at RoyalsReview.com, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and until next time, go Royals!